Hello YouTube, my name is Rooble and you're watching another high ELO ranked game here. Or at least I believe it is, and the teams are going to be Jarvan, Alistar, Amumu, Jayce, Ashe versus Lee, Lulu, Singed, Caitlyn, and Janna. So nothing too special on the summoner spells. I think the lane matchups are going to be Jarvan versus Lee in the jungle, Jayce versus Singed top, Amumu. I'm guessing AP Amumu mid? This could be a normal. I'm not quite sure. We're going to spectate it nonetheless, because we do have quite a few high ELO players here. And as far as summoner spells go, nothing too crazy besides there's a barrier on the Lulu, and the Alistar Amumu both have Ignite. So I'm not quite sure what exactly is going on here. I believe this is a high ELO ranked game, but it could just be like team fight. Anyway, we'll see what everybody's going. Doesn't look like there's anything too out of the ordinary. Okay, it is a ranked game. Interesting. We're gonna see what happens. Okay. This is gonna be interesting, to say the least. Okay, we'll try to match this up so it's a little bit easier to see who's versus who. There's a Janna. I guess it's AP Lulu? Interesting. So this is what I expect the matchups to be here at the bottom, but we'll see. We'll toggle it around here a little bit. I doubt we're going to see any sort of invade. Well, blue actually has pretty strong invade with Alistar Jarvan. Like, that's quite a bit of damage they can do. Uh-oh. Might see a little bit of action here. A few traps going down. Alistar is triggering them. Taking a little bit of damage. He should probably go back right now. Dropping a ward, and they're actually going to kill that. Oh. Alistar's burning pots, really? He doesn't decide to go back? That's interesting. Okay. So, Doran's Blades and Bolts, the AD carries. Not super aggressive. I still don't think it's the greatest start, but I could be totally wrong. Maybe there's something I'm missing. The health is really nice, but I thought the health sustain with pots is much more significant. Plus, it doesn't build anything, while if you start with longsword pots, I think it's much better. So, Jarvan is going to be starting red. He started that Wraith's red, while Lee is going to be starting the Wolves blue. It looks like he's going to be taking that blue for a little bit faster cooldowns and that increased energy regen. Top lane, we do have an Amumu versus Singed, and Jayce is going mid against Lulu. So, kind of interesting lane comps here. We'll see who wins in their respective lanes. I'm not sure if it's going to be AP Amumu or not. It's very tank heavy, so, and a lot of sustained damage here on blue team. So, gonna be interesting. Hopefully Ashe and Jayce can do a good job of carrying, because they don't have a ton of magic damage besides Amumu. So unless he goes AP, what was up with that bandage toss? That was weird. Weird. Okay, so we're seeing a little bit of poke here go between blue and purple. Janna gets pushed out of position, and she manages to flash away from the volley. And wow, that was pretty close there on the bottom. Lots of crazy happenings there. And Ashe should probably go back here. She doesn't get hit by a random Caitlyn Q. And we're going to back that up because I was too keen on the bottom to see this Lee Sin counter gank for the Jarvan. Singed, getting a little low there, and there comes the Jarvan, doing quite a bit of damage to the Singed. Singed does go down there, giving up the first blood to Amumu. And looks like both the blue team is going to be able to get away. That Jarvan is incredibly low, though. He'll probably go back now, so we'll swap back to bottom lane, see if we can see this Caitlyn pick up this Ashe. She lands a good, Peacemaker, but I don't think it's going to be enough to pick up the kill. Alistar taking quite a bit of damage here, and that's preventing this Ashe from getting much CS at all. She is getting denied really hard on the CS, because Caitlyn's just way ahead. She's already 12 creeps ahead over Ashe, and losing so much XP here. And Alistar's going to be forced back here very soon, probably as well. Shoot! Apparently top is crazy active right now. Amumu comes in. Amumu overstays his welcome back there because he doesn't have a ward and just goes down to the Lee Sin. It looks like Lee Sin flashes to keep up with him, lands a couple red buffs, and a bam. So I was too keen on that bottom lane. Apparently top is where all the action's going down. And Alistar, he should really go back here. Having to spam way too much. Janna dropping a ward there, revealing that Jarvan and Caitlyn needs to head back, and Caitlyn gets a nice pillow over on the another Peacemaker on the Alistar, and wow, this is looking pretty good for Purple Team so far, at least at bottom lane. We'll see how it goes at top. Singed is slightly behind on this Amumu compared to farm, and yeah, kind of interesting turn of events so far. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this. Apparently Alistar is unhappy with Ashe. Ashe is one of those that require... She's more of a supporty AD carry. She likes to set other people up for kills because of the way her Q slow works. So, I kind of agree. I think when you're going this tank heavy, you need somebody that's a little bit more a little stronger as a duelist, or really enjoys having a strong front line. So I probably would have gone either Vayne or maybe Varus. I don't know. Vayne and Varus do a very good job when they have a strong front line to defend them. Ashe is more one of those that you want somebody like Leona to support, somebody that can do a fair amount of damage, and she just kind of supports and keeps the target in range. So, but that's just my take. And I personally think Caitlyn, her range can be just absolutely brutal, especially versus champions like such as Ashe. So, and we haven't paid much attention to mid. Apparently, Jayce is slightly out farming the Lulu, but nothing crazy significant yet. Bottom lane, Alistar gets a nice engage there. Lee Sin manages to save the Caitlyn, and bam, down goes the Alistar there. Beautiful double shield there on the Caitlyn. Manages to save her from taking too much damage there. Picks up another kill there. And, yeah, this is starting to not look very good for this blue team. Lee Sin doing a little bit of a tower dive versus this Ashe, but they don't have the health to be able to really do it, and they don't have the levels yet to be too crazy. They really need some ultimates in order to do it. But it looks like Caitlyn's going to keep trying to poke here so she can get that that level 6 faster, and we might see a Janna dive here. Try and push out the Ashe, get her into position, and then a Caitlyn ult. Oh, Alistar is back though, so they need to be careful. He can do another crazy engage, but they are relatively full health and they have plenty of mana, so they can do it. Ashe checking the bottom bushes there with her, what is that skill called? The Eagle. Hawk shot. Derp derp. So, Lee Sin looks like he's gonna do golems real quick and then head towards top. Amumu does have that tri-bush warded, but it looks like we're gonna see a lane gank here. See, I really think bottom is going to be where all this action's at. That's why I keep covering them, is this Caitlyn is being super aggressive, and the Janna's doing a really good job of playing off her. Knocking up this Ashe. Alistar manages to land a beautiful pulverize here, but Caitlyn is going to be 6 very shortly. Very, very shortly. So I wouldn't be surprised if we keep trying to see this poke. Jarvan is trying to do what he can here to apply a little bit of pressure here to this bottom lane, but bottom lane... This Caitlyn might swing way out of control. Amumu burns the ult top, bringing the Singe down. There's the Ignite, and down goes the Singe, but I think Amumu's going to go down to Ignite here. So, trading kills at top. Wah-wah. Nobody wins. Lulu is still being slightly outfarmed by this Jayce, but we'll see how this goes. She does have that tier, so she's building quite a few... quite a bit of mana there, and so she should be able to spam quite a bit at the mid to late game, assuming she gets a little bit of cooldown reduction there with her next item. And as far as the items go at bottom, Caitlyn is significantly ahead because she does have that Vamp Scepter and tier 2 boots already, so she should be able to do quite a bit of damage. It looks like we're going to see a little bit of damage here go out on this Lee Sin while he's doing red, and I think he's going to go down, kicks away, but the Ignite manages to pick him up, so wah-wah. Bad That's too bad there for Lee Sin. So Singed is back at top now, trying to push his lane out a little bit, but Jarvan and the... oh, I thought Jayce might be coming too, but Jarvan is headed that way, and with his ward down, he's not aware that he is kind of out of position, but it's not horrible. Jarvan could ult, but Amumu's ult is down as well, so it wouldn't do that much. Bottom lane got forced back again for blue team, so now this Caitlyn's advantage is now about 21 creeps over, and they're going to get this turret here. Just one auto attack from Caitlyn. I'm not sure if she's even going to bother. Looks like she's just going to push on the lane a little bit there, auto attacking the minion wave. We're going to see Jarvan gank here at mid lane. There is the ultimate. I believe her flash is down, and so, but there is the ultimate there, so that manages to save her, and now Lee Sin is in the fray, doing a lot of damage to Jayce. Jayce is going to get picked up here, and, ooh, rough. Trying to do a little bit of dive there on Jarvan, because Jarvan was relatively low, and Janna coming in the back. Kind of hilarious. And now Alistar's there as well. There's the not the pulverize. There's the headbutt, forcing the Janna away a little bit. That was pretty hilarious. Anyway, purple team is going to be able to get this dragon just fine, even though Lee Sin is fairly low. But blue team doesn't have any vision of it, so pretty much free dragon there, and the gold advantage is about 2k in purple team's favor. We'll see if they get anything big. Looks like Lulu is going to be going for Zhonya's, but maybe she's just getting that safeguard to counter the Jayce a little bit there. Plus, well, I guess it's the AD heavy team, because really their main damage is Jarvan, Jayce, and Ashe, unless Amumu builds really AP heavy. Alistar coming in from behind here, doing a little bit of damage. There's the ult from Alistar, but we see lots of damage being exchanged between these AD carries. Janna ults as well, managing to do quite a bit of heal, and I think Janna should be able to get away here, but Caitlyn is now slightly exposed if, wow, we just got a heck of an engage going on here. Janna's probably going to be forced to flash away here. Jarvan engaging on this bottom to this Lulu Caitlyn. Ashe manages to pick up the Janna. Very extended engage here. Jarvan goes down to the Caitlyn, but you got Jayce here as well, so I'm pretty sure both these people are dead. Caitlyn gets ulted by the Lulu, but it's not enough, and we'll see if Lulu can escape there, but Jayce manages to pick up another kill with his Q. So this is a weird game so far. Really weird. The gold advantage is, well, we're going to back it up so we can see the Amumu take out this. Looks like he just manages to flash, keep up, and take out this Jarvan by just keeping up and having his despair. Singe tries to fling him away, but it looks like Mumu lands Banished Toss for the kill. So, womp. And it's kind of interesting because it looks like Amumu is going to be going a little bit AP because it looks like he's getting that haunting guys into Leandries. I know he really likes the Leandries now because it gives him so much sustained damage with his tears. What is that called? His W. The despair? Yeah, despair. It just gives him so much sustained damage, and if he gets Sork Boots as well, you have to build at least like 50 MR before it's not doing true damage. So Mumu rushing that haunting guys. Let's see what he gets for boots. Looks like, interesting, he's getting a little bit of health now, so he's actually got quite a bit of health. So we'll see what he decides to build with that giant spell. So looks like Caitlyn's going to be rushing that Bloodthirster, but she could be building it into an IE. She does have that BF sword, so Ashe will not be able to contest it all at this bottom lane anymore, just because she's not that far behind in terms of CS, but she is significantly far behind in terms of kills and whatnot. And just through the fact that she has that BF sword, she's not going to be able to trade damage very readily with the Caitlyn, unless Alistar gets an amazing initiate there with his Headbutt Pulverize combo. Lulu trying to push here a little bit at the mid lane. Drops a ward there. I still don't understand why people do that sometimes. Drop wards in the middle of the lane. If you know why they do that, but unless they're just gloating, then I don't care. But if there is an actual legitimate reason, please let me know in the comments. I understand when like a turret goes down, so that they have vision of the lane, but to me it's like, it seems like they're gloating. Ashe drops an ult there on the Caitlyn. Caitlyn cleanses it. Alistar a little out of position, but he does ult there, so he shouldn't go down here, at least not immediately. Jarvan getting into the fray. Lee Sin kicks the Alistar back out. His ult is going to be down, but I think he is going to be safe just because this Jarvan is doing quite a bit of damage. There's the Jarvan ult. and Janna ults him out of that, and Alistar comes back in. Caitlyn went down there to the Jayce, who came down yet again. Janna goes down even with the Lulu ult going down on her, and that's just rough. Purple team getting a little too aggressive here with their play. Let's see if Lee Sin can get away, but I'm pretty sure he is dead. Gets knocked back for the kill by the Jayce. Jayce is pretty fed now. He has that tier, and he's got a brutalizer, and now he's got a vamp scepter. He's got good sustain, good damage, and this is just starting to look a little hairy here for the purple team. Just because maybe if they shape their play up a little bit, they're just being a little bit too aggressive. Their advantage isn't strong enough for them to play as aggressive as they are, and actually they're behind now by 1,200 gold. So, bad choices leads to throwing of games. So it looks like Caitlyn will be going for that IE instead of going for the Bloodthirster. And Singed actually got a Spirit of Spectral Wrath. Interesting. I guess he wanted the Spell Vamp plus AP and armor? Mana regen? Interesting. Plus it does give CDR. That item. Interesting. And it looks like he did get a couple null magic mantles to help counter that magic pen that the Amumu is going. Looks like it is AP Amumu. He does have good ratios for the most part. Like, his ratios were nerfed a while back, so they weren't as crazy, but like, he can do a pretty substantial amount of damage there with his Tantrum, Bandage Toss, and his ultimate. They all have pretty good ratios, if I recall. So, little lull here in the combat. Nothing too crazy going on. Just people just farming. Caitlyn is still slightly ahead. I think she might be... She's not too far ahead of the Ashe. Lee Sin slightly ahead of the Jarvan. By slightly, I mean like 1,000 gold ahead, because he does have those kills. And, but Jarvan has been doing very well at initiating the fights when he knows the advantage is in his team's favor. So, looks like Lee Sin and Janna are coming down to support this Caitlyn, and blue team wants to fall back. They don't have that turret. There is the volley there to slow down this Lee Sin. Lee Sin kicks the Ashe back, but she manages to flash away. Alistar ulting. He might be able to get away from this, but there is a slow. Quite a bit of damage going down there. He flashes away. Still lots of damage. There's the Caitlyn ult. Picks him up. Jarvan ulting this Caitlyn, and down is... Whoa, nice Janna ult there, forcing the Jarvan out. But Ashe manages to pick up the Caitlyn nonetheless. Janna is relatively low, but Ashe looks like she is going to go down here to the Lee Sin as well. Jayce comes in from behind, picks up the Janna there, and doing lots of damage, but gets forced back there by the incredible burst there by this Lulu. So, another strong engage at bottom lane. It looks like... Amumu is still trying to push this top, but now Lulu is poking away at this level 2 turret here at bottom lane. Dragon is back up, so we'll probably see another fight there. I wouldn't be surprised if just Lee Sin goes in and hopes to God his team supports him. Because I think, since they know the cooldown and this is pinked, they won't see too much of this action. The Lulu walking through this warded tri-bush gives him a little inkling that that's going on. And there's a nice shield. Manages to keep the Lee Sin from taking too much damage, getting too low, and it looks like blue team is going to get that top turret as well. So the gold advantage is actually very even here for both teams, even though purple team is down 3 kills right now. But they have gotten both dragons, and they are even on turrets as well. So it's not that crazy right now. So Amumu pushing a little bit on that top turret there. Purple team manages to pick up that mid turret while everybody was headed back, so gold advantage is still relatively even, just because they traded turrets there. And it looks like Ashe is going to be pushing on this mid lane, this bottom lane a little bit here, but because she's a little exposed and she doesn't have any wards here to protect her, it's not going to work too well. Alistar is there now, so maybe he can help prevent this Ashe from taking too much damage. Ashe did get that Bloodthirster real quick, so she might be able to start trading damage a little bit more with the Caitlyn, just because she has that increased lifesteal. There is the Ashe ult there, doing a lot of damage to the Janna, and Lee Sin comes from behind, and down goes the Janna, but Ashe is super low here, and I think Caitlyn manages to pick her up. And now Alistar is running for his life. Ward hops in front of him, kicks him back, and Caitlyn manages to pick him up with her ultimate. So Lulu trying to defend at mid lane, but manages to lose that mid turret, and Singed is pushing at top. So gold advantage should stay relatively even here. Oh man, a double ult's going down on Lulu. They really want her. And down she goes there to the Jayce, who is now dominating. And down is going to go this mid turn, giving a slight gold advantage in blue team's favor. Lee Sin initiates there. I don't know what he was thinking. Caught way out of position there. Balls of steel. Man is brave. Stupid, but very brave. Someone pinged. Caitlyn manages to get that bottom turret, so the gold advantage is still relatively even. People keep trading these crazy fights. I'm surprised that Caitlyn didn't get caught there. That was pretty incredible. But people keep initiating terrible fights, but then somewhere else a lane gets pushed. So both teams are doing well at capitalizing the other team's lack of defense on their lanes, but it's kind of crazy that this gold advantage is still so even though purple team is down 4 kills. So as far as items go, it looks like Amumu did get that Sunfire. He's just going for crazy AoE damage, it looks like. It looks like he's going to be building an Abyssal next. So Ashe is pushing on that bottom turret. Should be able to pick it up here just because she does have that Bloodthirster that has quite a bit of stacks on it. Nope, not quite. Caitlyn manages to force her back. Purple team, the only reason that they're still in this race is because they've been able to pick up these dragons. Otherwise, they would be falling way behind right now. But maybe if they start building some armor here, they would have a little bit better chance here versus this this blue team, just because they are so AD heavy besides that Amumu. So Jarvan manages to pick up that Iron Locket. Lee Sin also has that Aegis and Iron Locket. So we actually have quite a bit of supporty items so far. And looks like Ali's also building that Aegis. So Mumu doing a little bit of initiate on Singed. Doesn't realize that there is a Lee Sin there, but I'm not sure how much damage Lee Sin can do, because this Amumu, he does pretty ferocious damage. Amumu manages bandage toss into the Baron pit there. And he looks like he should be able to get away here. Alistar trying to support a little bit, gets caught a little bit out of position. Probably going to be forced to ult. Janna ulting him back into the fray. Caitlyn getting stunned there. Down goes Jayce to the Singed. And Jarvan manages to flash over the wall. And he should be able to get away here. Maybe. Maybe. A lot of chase here. We'll see if he can juke with his banner. Ults the... Nice. Let's see if he can get away. Lee Sin manages to keep tempo with him. Caitlyn, Janna doing a little bit of damage there, trying to head him off. But this Jarvan's taking him out of chase. Manages to jump over the wall. Let's see if he can juke them out. They don't have any wards in here, so they have no idea where exactly he's going. But Lulu manages to keep pace and takes him out with her E. Ashe pushing at this bottom bottom turret here, and she should be able to get away, but we'll see. She's really far pushed, and we'll see if Lee Sin or Janna manages to hand her off. And there's the ghost. She should be fine now. So Mumu trying to initiate there on the Caitlyn. Jayce does have that last whisper, so he has an incredible amount of armor pen. So stacking armor will no longer do that much versus him, because in order to overcome that, you really need like 100 armor to stop him from doing true damage. Looks like blue team got a good initiate on this mid turret, on this this mid lane here, and manages to bring the Lulu and Caitlyn low enough in order to force them back. And let's see if blue team can push or do a Baron or something here. Catches the Lee Sin way out of position. If they get this kill, but he's got, wow, the jukes, man, the jukes. Lee Sin gets so low. Holy cow, he was down to 15 health. All 3 of them got away. Talking some smack between the teams. It looks like blue team's going to try and push this bottom turret just a little bit. But purple team, the dragon just got pinged, so it should be coming up here very shortly. And blue team still doesn't have any vision of it, so... Looks like blue team realizes that it's going to be up here soon. Janna gets initiated on, doing a lot of damage to her there. Punches her back. She flashes over the wall, manages to get away, almost gets picked off with the Q. And apparently, Jayce is really upset. Nothing but that. That's not true. He didn't even make a score. Singed initiating on this dragon, doing a little bit of damage already. Lulu's there to support. But the rest of blue team is coming. They already have 3 there. Lee Sin. So right now this is a 3v4 at dragon. Amumu is pushing at top. Ashe is deciding to push on this mid turret as well. Purple team manages to pick up that dragon. So that is 3 dragons there for purple team, keeping that gold advantage even. Jarvan does a crazy initiate on the purple team. I think he thought Alistar and Jayce were going to support. But nope, wasn't the case, Jarvan. You just got screwed. So purple team deciding to fall back here, try and stop this Ashe from getting away. And it looks like she is going to go down. There is the glue. She's starting to do damage to the Janna. And Caitlyn manages to pick up the kill. Amumu gets forced back here from doing too much damage to that top turret. So, and it looks like purple team is going to try and force the Baron here, try and swing this advantage in their favor. But Jayce and Alistar are going to try and delay this from happening for as long as possible so that they can get Jarvan and Ashe back into this fight. Jayce still poking away at this Caitlyn. Lee Sin Smite Q combo. Oh, is that what he was trying to do? Steal the... Interesting. Steal the dragon? I don't know what was going on with that exactly. So another slight lull in the team match. Amumu is still pushing away, and he has got some pretty ridiculous farm here compared to the Singed. And Caitlyn does have that IE Phantom Dancer, so she should be doing pretty incredible damage here. And both the AD carries there, the Jayce and the Ashe, both have their last whispers, so stacking that armor isn't going to be as crazy relevant as they want it to be. And looks like Ali got that Aegis as well, so that's a plus. That's a plus. I think Jarvan is actually the furthest one behind. He is really far behind compared to everybody else on the team. Because what level is Jarvan? 13? Yeah, he's pretty far behind. But the Janna is actually... I guess she's even with the other support. Singed didn't get a Thornmail, so that actually should help him at staying alive quite a bit. Let's see how much health he has, actually. 2.5k, so he should be able to take a little bit of a beating. Even though they do have those last whispers, that's going to be quite a bit of damage they're outputting if they do decide to focus him. Amumu does a huge ultimate, catching 3 people out of position, forcing the Janna to ult. Jarvan does another ult, blocking down the Janna. Amumu picks up the Lulu. Oh man, that's going to be a deciding team fight. This is at least a Baron, or it's going to be an inhib. Because all of blue team is still relatively close to full. And Lee Sin is the only one up for purple team. And wow, that Amumu ult. That Amumu ult was too good. Too good. It looks like they are going to go for this inhib, taking down that turret in 3, 2, 1. And down that went. And here goes the inhibitor as well. And this is bad news bears here. Lee Sin. Wow, Amumu. What are you doing? What are you doing, Amumu? What are you doing? Taking turret hits. Trying to get killed. Alistar absorbs the resonating strike there. The sonic wave, rather. So Amumu doesn't get killed just by the execute there from resonating strike. Ugh. Apparently I'm talking poorly. So now blue team is headed back, taking that gold that they got there from that team fight and buying some items. Jayce now does have that Mira mana, and so he's going to be doing pretty ridiculous damage. I'm surprised he didn't decide to go for that Black Cleaver, so he just has that much more armor pen and armor reduction. Jarvan gets found, and now Singed is with him. There's the Ignite, and down Jarvan's going to go here. Lee Sin manages to catch him. Caitlyn does try to ult the Jarvan and picks up the kill. And now purple team's going to force this Baron. And Amumu... Where is the Amumu? Amumu's back, and they should be... Purple team should be able to get this... this Baron, so they really, blue team really needs this Amumu here in order to do this. And Lee Sin manages to pick up the Baron, and we'll see what happens here. They really needed that Baron. There's the Ashe ult, manages to slow him down for a little bit, but Jayce still gets picked up. Alistar goes down as well, so purple team's got a strong push here. Let's see if they can take down 2 turrets and inhib, because that's what they really need to do right now. And down goes Ashe. That is huge. Taking down the AD carry will prevent this next team fight from happening. I guess they're deciding to chase the Amumu. No, no, don't chase the Amumu. Go for this turret, take out the turret, take out the second turret, and try and get the inhib. Jarvan is back up now, so they will have a little bit of contention, but they should be able to just ignore him just because this Jarvan is so far behind and doesn't have really any damage. So down goes the level 3 turret here on the mid lane for blue team. And down goes the inhibitor as well. Not going to be able to stop that. But their lanes are relatively pushed, and everybody is almost back up. So purple team is going to fall back here. Jarvan trying to initiate. I don't know what he's doing. Amumu drops the ult, doing quite a bit of damage, but it's not going to be enough. This is a 2v5. 2v5. I guess there's the other two joining into the fray, but they don't have the damage to really overcome that Baron buff right now. Look at the health regen there. They're almost at full, even though they absorbed 2 ultimates there. And Jayce trying to initiate, forced to flash away just because they do so much damage. And that's the power of that Thornmail right there. And Caitlyn manages to actually pick up the Jarvan. We're going to watch that one again. Jarvan overstays his welcome, trying to keep up with this Jayce. Takes one hit too many, and then just gets ulted by this Caitlyn. There's the damage, and there's the Caitlyn ult. Wump. Okay. And blue team just... The throws, man. Both teams have had their share of throws here. Purple team has a slight gold advantage, about 3k in their favor. Not crazy significant this far. And Janna gets a Jayce this late in the game. I guess she wants a little bit more AP for her shield. She actually hasn't gotten too many items. Pretty much her only buy that she really has so far is that Ruby Sightstone. So I guess she just wants to try and be a little bit more significant, not die, and get a little bit more AP. So... Plus, if she does get those max stacks, she will be kind of a force to be reckoned with. Because all of a sudden, her ult and her shield will do incredible things. Incredible! And Dragon looks like it's going to go down here to purple team. We'll see if Jayce, Ashe, and Alistar can contest this. But it's 3v3, and purple team still has that Baron buff rocking for him. So since both middle inhibs are down, that lane isn't really going to push too much, even though we might see it push a little bit, just because blue team does have those 2 super creeps going on. So it might push a little bit against the purple team. Purple team is trying to do a little bit of damage here, it looks like, to this bottom turret. Maybe if they get another inhib, that's going to be really rough for blue team. So we'll see what happens here. Jarvan's headed back, looks like he's going to try and defend, same with Amumu. And it looks like purple team's deciding to abort this push. They need to do something else here with something else here with this Baron buff. So we'll see. Looks like they decided to abort the fallback. And Alistar gets slowed. Let's see if anything happens. Jayce doing a huge Q there, doing a lot of damage. Holy cow. And there's the Ashe ult, catching the Janna out of position. There's the headbutt pulverize. Let's see if Janna can get away. Nope, down goes Janna. Shouldn't have got that Jayce. And, yeah, let's see if they can catch anybody here. It looks like they were going to try and chase the Caitlyn, but she decides to back. Amumu doesn't even realize that she's still there. Let's see if they dive this Lulu. Jayce almost lands a blind Q there on her. And Alistar headbutts her away. Purple team's inhib is back up here, so that middle lane is going to push now in blue team in purple team's favor here slowly, just because blue team will no longer be spawning those super creeps. But even though purple team does have that that gold advantage, blue team is doing a good job here, or at least right now, pushing, because they do have those wombo combos with their ultimates. They got the Amumu Jarvan ult. Fortunately, there is the Janna to force it away, but like they do have a pretty considerable wombo combo with Amumu Jarvan Alistar. So, and Ashe is starting to get into that danger zone with the high AD Last Whisper, and it looks like she'll probably be building an IE now. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe she'll go for the Guardian Angel first. So. Jayce does have that black cleaver now, so he has incredible armor pen. Probably roughly around, well, let's see, probably about 30-something flat and 40% before the armor reduction of the the Black Cleaver goes into effect. So, pretty incredible damage. And the blue team's middle inhibitor is going to be respawning. And I think Baron should be up here again relatively shortly. So, this next engage might be actually huge. So, we'll see what happens. It's all going to depend on these. Lee Sin is way out of position. Way out of position. And Lulu's going for the initiate. Wow. That's kind of crazy. There's the Reverie. Manages to pulverize, stun the Lulu. Lulu takes a lot of damage. Just flash ults over the wall. Janna taking considerable damage there as well. Jayce manages to wreak havoc on that Singed, but Ashe picks up the kill. Down goes Amumu, but did considerable damage to both. Alistar goes down as well. Jarvan taking a lot of damage, but Lee Sin is going to go down there to the Jayce. And Caitlyn is the only one up now here for purple team. So, blue team is relatively low, but we'll see if they can try at least get this inhibitor down. Maybe push another turret or inhib down here, either at bottom lane. Looks like Jayce is just going to go for the inhib here real quick. Jarvan is headed back so he doesn't give up a kill. Ashe is there as well. Let's see if they can do anything here. Baron should be up very, very shortly, so blue team manages to get that inhib down. That might allow them to actually do a Baron here eventually. Caitlyn gets a nice crit there on Jayce. Doing some pretty big damage. He doesn't have any armor. Caitlyn ult just wreaking havoc there on the Ashe, forcing both of them back, and purple team is preparing for that Baron. Baron should be up very shortly. It looks like both of them will be heading there. Caitlyn should heal back up to full, or at least very close to from those wraiths. So, and blue team's a little out of position if this Baron comes up right now. I didn't mark when exactly it went down, so, but the way they're pinging it should be coming up like now. Alistar drops a pink ward there. And Janna's dropping some nice wards here in order to allow vision. And purple team is forcing this Baron. They need to take this down immediately before this Amumu comes here. Because if Amumu can get there in time and manage to land the ultimate, it's going to be bad. There's the Amumu ult doing huge damage. There's the Jarvan ult to follow it up, but there's the Zhonya's there from the Lulu. Caitlyn manages to pick up the star. They're just not focusing this Caitlyn. She's doing tons of damage. And there she large caliber nets over the 50 caliber net over the wall. But they're still chasing the Janna and the... Holy cow, blue team managed... Hold up. Blue team managed to steal that? Holy cow, that is incredible. How did they... That's... Okay, we're going to watch this again, just because that was incredible. I didn't realize that blue team got the Baron. That's rough. And that's just because they got that Baron buff, that allows them to do so much. They have that bonus damage, that bonus regen, that's going to allow them to do a strong push here. Caitlyn tries to pick up the kill, aborts, but unfortunately that Jayce catches her out of position. If he can land a blind Q there, picks up the Janna. Oh, man. MVP Jayce. It's that skin, man. That skin is too pretty. Too pretty. Yeah, this Amumu. Amumu swung that so hard in blue team's favor with those couple of incredible ults that he dropped. Just absolutely brilliant. Lulu does go down there to the Ashe. And down goes one of those inhibitors. Amumu showboating a little bit there, diving on this Lee Sin, but I think this is unstoppable push going on here. Jarvan, Jayce, and Ashe manages to pick up the Nexus, and that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. Kind of fun game there. Not super serious, but Jesus, there were some incredible fights in there. So I hope you guys did enjoy what you see. A little administrative note, I probably won't be making videos here over the next couple days. This should be going up. I will be out of town here for this upcoming weekend. So, take it. Sorry. Hope you guys enjoy. Feel free to go back and watch some of my other stuff if you haven't already. If you like what you see, please tell me, please subscribe. Feel free to comment, like, favorite, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. This is YouTube after all. And I would like to thank you one more time for watching this commentary. And we'll see you guys on the next video.